Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Hassan here. Today we are starting our first lecture about how are we going to build AI agents using a guide from Penn University, the AI Agent Factory. And the second thing we will learn about is LangChain. Okay. So first of all, what is Agent Factory? It's a guide or a book for the reference. How are we going to build it? What are we going to learn? Like using AI tools. And what is LangChain? It's an open source stack, provides the building blocks you need to design, test, and ship agents. So we will be in it. Let me show you our plan right now. Right now, here we are on our agent factory book. Like it's about ecosystem, and here we are on LangChain. Okay, the LangSmith, it is for like building AI agents for AI engineers basically. First, let me give you about LangChain docs. Now here we will be learning like how are we going to do that? Like it's a framework for deep agents for long running tasks, complete agent harness with planning sub-agents. It's a minimal configurable agent framework. We'll start from this, then deep agents, then LangGraph. So first, let me give you an overview of AI Agent Factory, a definitive book, an ecosystem for the AI agent era. It is a book, a source of truth for the third era of AI tools delivered through the channels. We have AI tutor here, AI building partner, and a growing family of specialized directive books. One force and AI workforce, like the book, they are tutor AI, they are developer AI, narrative book. With this book, we are here, like we have all the courses here, like AI actually, AI prompting, web agents, open source LLMs, coding crash course, leaving the lab to open claw, and all the things that we need to know about the agents. The second thing is their tutor. The tutor that will teach us this book. We can add the tutor in ChatGPT by the connector or in the cloud. We have then the developer AI, your AI building partner that implements specs, build with agents, apps, and chips production ready solution. We have derivative book, a growing library of specialized book for industries, roles, and use cases create from the same source of methodology. Then we have digital file. It's for research analysts, software engineers, operation specialists, financial analysts, legal associate, customer success, like four skills to survive in the AI era, agent era. AI already performs like most of human intelligence and more desk work. Basically, this is not a prediction. It is the current state where AI is right now. And the trend line only points on ways. So the honest question is no longer how do I stay smarter than AI? That taste cannot be one. The real question is different. What do you still need when intelligence itself is cheap? We believe the answer is four skills. Why these four and not others? Because each one passes the same test. It stays scarce when intelligence becomes cheap. AI is driving the cost of execution towards zero in writing, analysis, code, design alike. What cannot drive down is the choice of what to build. The craft of directing AI that builds it, the judgment of whether the result is true, the trust between people. Any skill AI can absorb. It will absorb the and the price that the skill will collapse with it. These four sit where the collapse cannot teach. In survival rules for the agent era, set the direction. You need to set the direction, like decide what do you want to build, like what kind of application, what type of agent are you interested in building. This is about the first 10%. Like if you decide what to build, then the rest is about 80% of the execution. Like how is it going to build? Like first you need to decide what are you going to build, how are you going to build, and what is the clear goal and outcome. Then AI will orchestrate. AI is going to like develop that specific product, agent, or feature. It is going to be developed by that, and then you need to like know the outcome. What is the outcome? Like, is this the outcome that you want to know? And then we connect with people. AI can simulate it, but it cannot replace it. So these are the four things that we need to know. Three of these skills are 10-80-10 rule. The fourth, human connection, sits outside the loop, explained why the human remain in company at all. Together, the four skills describe the one human agent team. Human sets the direction, judge results at the edge of the loop. Agent can carry execution in the middle. Human hold the trust between people that no agent can carry. Human agent teams develop networking in pattern is in full. The book is going to train you for the loop. Life trains the four, but built in all four directions. Not because it is idealistic, because together they are only durable advantage left. Like we have a small example right now. It's like around 8, 7 a.m. A project manager is behind on a report. A finance lead is recounting number across systems that don't talk to each other. Our team is waiting on an answer that should have arrived yesterday. Now imagine each of them simply handed that work to a tireless digital worker, co-worker, one that follows instructions, uses the same tools they do, checks its own work, and hands back something they can trust. Building and directing the coworker is what is this book about. A few plain words, the whole book's lean on that. An AI worker, which is also called digital FT, full-time equivalent, is an AI that does real job, not just answer questions, not providing information. It is full-time equivalent. The HR team for one employee's worth of work. Picture a new hire who never sleeps. You tell it what to do, what does the work, and human still signs off. Like you just need to provide the work, it is going to do that work. It does not need any kind of retirement, any kind of leave, anything like that. It's just going to start working on it. Then we have an AI native company. It's what you get when founder runs a real business with a handful of people and many AI workers instead of a large staff. This is the whole idea. Everything else is how to do it well. The book is not about chatbot tricks, impressive demos, or short-lived prototypes. Just a past strategy. It is about building dependable AI workers that can participate in real business operations. These systems do not replace human judgment. They extend it, scale it, and make it repeatable. By the way, all of this work, like building detail FTA worker, general agent, and native company, will use LangSmith, LangChain, LangGraph, and the deep agent platform for that. With the five-layer cake of AI, layer five application. Application is what we are going to build. Layer five model, layer three infrastructure, layer two chips, layer one energy. Modern AI is built like a five-layer cake, a metaphor popularized by Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. At the base lies energy powering vast data centers around the world. Like they are going to open vast data centers around the world. About it sit the chips, the specialized processors that perform trillions of calculations every second. On top of that comes infrastructure, the global network of supercomputers and cloud platforms that scale those computations. Above the infrastructure are models, the neural network that learn, reason, general intelligence. And finally, at the very top sits the fifth layer application, where AI stop being technology and start becoming useful. Billion of dollars are investing in the lower folios. So that this fifth layer can exist. The book is about the fifth layer, the applications. Okay, so we are talking about the application. By the way, this is I'm not on terminology. Throughout the book, the term digital activity, digital work, and AI work are used interchangeably. They all name the same thing. A role-based AI agent that performs structure work inside an organization under human oversight. Also, we have a thesis here. We also need to learn about the thesis. Right now, billion of dollars are invested in the layer four, the AML, like LLMs like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, these are LLMs. The lower layer matters. because the top layer possible model, infrastructure, and hardware are essential, but they do not create business value on their own. Value appears when intelligence is shaped into workflows, products, services, operational system that people can actually use. The next competitive gap between organization will not come only from who has the best model, the best GPU cluster, or the most impressive prototype. It will come from who can turn intelligence into repeatable execution in the same way that the software transform manual processes into digital system. Digital FTs will transform structured knowledge, work into scalable operation capability. The organization that learn to build them well will move faster, preserve expertise better, and create entirely new forms of leverage. The mission of the agent factory is to help you design and build these systems so that AI becomes not just powerful but useful, vulnerable, and economically meaningful. This is the main thing. It is designed to, it is going to help you to design and build a system. AI becomes not just powerful, useful, vulnerable, and economically meaningful. But let's move toward the thesis first. In the AI era, the most valuable companies won't sell software, they'll manufacture AI employees, role-based systems that compose tools, spawn specialist agents, deliver outcomes at scale. These AI employees are are operating substrate of AI native companies, where the workforce is mostly AI. The product line is whatever that workforce ships, software, decision services, and transactions. You don't buy from this company, you hire them. The trajectory points further. Employee on the verge of becoming economic actors in their own right, autonomously buying services, procuring compute, and acquiring data to accomplish what they are tasked with. This is no longer tool category, it is company category. The in factory is the process that build these companies. Now we have the following ACP, OpenAI plus Stripe, power ChatGPT's insane checkout, where the agent buys something for you inside the chat. ACP is what authorizes and clear the transaction. What is ACP? It is going to do transaction in the chat on your behalf. What is AP2? It is a vendor standard backed by companies 60 plus built around cryptographically signed mandates. The agent carries a digitally signed permission slip, provide the human authorized it to spend up to specified amount on specified category of thing. Like it is a vendor standard backed by companies. Like exposure to Coinbase, a crypto native payment protocol. It was launched in 2025. Stripe integrated with it on Coinbase blockchain in early 2026, bridging the protocol from crypto-native commerce into mainstream payment flows. Then we have MPP, Stripe Tempo built for micropayments. An AI agent streaming a service can pay pennies per second under a present cap. Okay, the plumbing is in the place. The SaaS era sold subscription, agent era sells human defined intent. Agents are going to execute it, human verify outcomes. The middle step, typically clicking, integrating, executing, is what AI absorbs. What's left for humans in the world, what machines can't do for us, knowing what we actually want, knowing whether we actually want it, what remains intent, verification outcome. Intent does not type itself into spec, it comes from a person, their judgment, their domain, knowledge, and their value. But as AI employees multiply, no professional can orchestrate them all by hand. Are going to act through a personal agent that reflect their judgment, delegates on their behalf, a chief of staff that knows you, speaks for you, hands work on the right place. Don't tap code. First, move towards the LangChain. Agent is equal to model plus harness. Harness is like, Claude Code, Gemini like CLI, and Codex. These are harness, a minimal, highly configurable harness. The harness is everything around the model, loop, the prompt, the tool, and any middleware that shapes behavior. Start with the primitive compose is actually what the use cases need for OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and more. LangChain versus LangGraph versus deep agents. Deep agents for batches included agents with features like automate context compression, a virtual file system, and sub-agent spawning. Deep agents are built on LangChain, agents which you can easily use directly. LangChain for highly customizable harness, easily tailored to user case and depth. Lang was our low-level orchestration framework for advanced loop. Like we will use LangChain in our Python or Next.js, we'll use LangGraph for low-level orchestration. It is more advanced. It have a lot of things. LangSpeed and LangSmith is also trace, debug, and evaluate build with any of these frameworks. Okay, this is an example. We will use Gemini because it is free overall, but you can also use Cloud, Open Router. These are the four I have used, but for now I will use Google Gemini in this series from LangChain imports. Create agent, like it is just for simply getting the weather, like for weather you're going to ask it, and it is going to fetch the weather. Okay, now here installation. It's just like simple. We're going to install it. Then we are on quick start. Install the LangChain. Okay, MCP is just basically server. Okay, it is all about like setting up API keys. Well, Gemini, in our next video, I'm going to run a real detail FTE and I'm going to explain you how we have built it using our LangChain. It is for like building basic agents, like it is the same weather agent. Now, detailed system prompt. Okay, these are the things. Detailed system prompt for agent behavior. We create a tool that integrates with external data, like fetching from outside, doing deep web search, calculating anything, like something we book, like for the bookings, like in Airbnb, we can use the API, conversational memory, but chat like interaction, like it will remember deep agents for building features, testing your agent. Find the system prompt. You have to first define the system prompt, like what it is, like how it is going to behave, and all the instruction that you need to give to the prompt. Create tools. Tools let a model interact with an external system by calling functions you define. Tools can depend on runtime context and also interact with agent memory. This example uses a tool to load document from a given URL. Like first understand this, and then second we move on. Tool should be well documented, their name, description, arguments become part of model's prompt. LangChain, if you have to use the tools, we will use this. Okay, right now I'm just giving you an overview. In our next video, like next video is more about building agents. I will present you an agent. Then we are going to build it step by step. Set up your language model. Like Google Gemini, we will be using Gemini, but if you have, you can use like Cloud, Open Router. We also have OpenAI. By the way, all of these are paid, but we have some free credits available in Gemini. You can get it from Google AI Studio. Go to AIGoogleStudio.com. You are going to go here like API key. You can create an API key and your key will be created. Now memory, adding the memory, so it remains constant in the interaction. This allows the agent to remember previous conversations and context. Create and run the agent. Now assemble your agent with all the components to run it. These are two frameworks: LangChain agents, and deep agents. Both LangChain and deep agents provide you with fine-grained control over tools, memory, and more. The main difference between is that deep agents come with a range of commonly used capabilities already built in, such as planning, file system tools, and sub-agents. Using deep agents when you want maximum capability with minimal setup. Choose LangChain agents when you need fine-grained control. After giving you all of this intro, I will move toward Agent Factory. I will show you something more. Then we will move toward Eve. Eve is like file-based system. It is created by the fossils. First, let's complete the LangChain. From LangChain, like this is for like LangChain. Will use deep agents. Like you create system prompt, agent, content, agent result, event result. I will also give you a overview of the guardrails, which is basically like defining ethics of the AI, like to so that AI didn't know what kind of output it need to give, what kind of things it need to perform, so it does not give any harmful information or something like similar. This is about LangChain, like deep agents. Trace the agent call. Most interesting applications you built with LangChain make many calls to the LLMs. The next step is understand the context, use tools intelligently, provide structured responses, handle user-specific information through context, maintain conversation state across interactions, plan research and synthesize deep agents on. Continue with LangChain, agents, deep agent. First, let's go to agent factory. Okay, don't need thesis anymore. The core idea. The digital FTE, also called digital workers, AI workers, or AI agent, designed to perform. Okay, the next thing is finding your path, like foundations from like prompting, like using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini in the browser. Then mode one, use AI using AI to do your own work faster. Mode two, build AI workers that do work for you. Going further, you can use AI to build a tireless coworker. From opening above, these workers keep doing a job. After you close the laptop, now you are the builder, not just the doer. The top of the ladder has a name. Learn to build AI workers and combine them into companies that run on them. You have then become the person the job market is paying top salaries to find. Forward deployed engineer. An FDE walks into organization, build its AI workforce end to end. The full of arc of this book fits into one line. You build AI workers, workforce add up to an AI native company. Throughout the book trains explain who this person is, what the market is, and why the company needs a vendor neutral version of the role. Two modes of general agent choose. Mode 1 problem solving engagement. General agents, problem solution, certain ends. Mode 2 is managing engagement, like general agent, building agent harness, like we talked about the agent harness. Manufacturing custom agent, continuously reasoning custom agent. Now let me give you an overview of each. It is open source for building learning scaling agent. If it's designed around the idea that building agent should mean defining what this does without assembling all of the pieces. Durable execution, sandbox compute, human in the loop approval, sub-agent evals, like you first write the evals, then you build the agent around it. Evals are going to verify the outputs. We'll also teach you evals. In agent factory, we have eval-driven testing. Like evil-driven development. Also learning. Agents today are where the web was before. Framework with everyone hand rolling the same plumbing, nothing carrying over the next. Next just ended this for the web and Eve is doing the same for the agent. An agent is a directory. This is an Eve agent. Like we can build all of that. like it is the most faster for basically beginners, but we'll use all of it like LangChain, Eve, LangGraph, and use the agent factory as the reference. These are sandbox for every agent. Request model, like tools, are going to call the model action, then we get the result. These are the core component in an agent: skills, tools, contacts, sub-agents, system prompt, memory, and model. Model pass a model identifier string or an initialized model instance. Tools are for the agent pass any Python callable LangChain tool or tool dictation. See tool for tool definition, contact access, and dynamic tool selection. System prompt shape how the agent approaches the system. The system prompt parameter accepts a string or system message for dynamic prompts, and runtime use middleware. Structured output return a validated schema from agent using response format. Agent state where every agent manages its execution context through the agent state, a type dictionary that holds current conversation, history, and any custom field your tool middleware need, and other things. Message list message. The full conversation history for current thread append only. New messages are added, never replaced. And agent state is also the type signature for every node style, middleware of hook, before model, after model, and similar. Hook receives the current state and can return a dict of updates to merge back into it. To add custom field, for example, a user ID, subclass agent state, and pass the subclass to create via state schema. Okay, now this is the code. How are we going to use the state? Invocation. You can now invoke an agent with a message behind the scene that passing update to the agent state. All agents include a sequence of messages in their state. To invoke the agent, pass a new message along with a thread so the agent can persist and resume conversation only. You also need to pass payment information such as user ID, fake or feature flags to tool and middleware. Pass it as context alongside config. Define the shape of the data with context schema and access is through runtime context. Like streaming is like final response at the end of the run. If an agent like It is going to retype all the strings and other things. Execution agent is especially useful when they can take action rather than just generate text. In the execution environment, give the agent a workspace tool. It can call a file system for reading, writing file across turn, and code execution for running scripts or shell commands. We have context management, planning and delegation, like planning all the things. We have the small code snippets here that we can understand all of it. Like in the next video, I'm going to show you how do we have to integrate it. I'm going to explain the code and show you how are you going to write it tomorrow. Okay. So right now this was all the interview. We have if built with agent with if. We can use it in TypeScript. Like it is for especially for the next years built on open source SDK used to self-host. Everything you need for producing agents. Build your first agent. Okay, this is all the things like project layout. Like it is for pre-session memory for an agent. It can remember everything. Budget.ts, bang.ts, turn.started, default harness, building tools, completion, and other things. Now we have defined all the things what we are going to use. In the part 2 of this video, you will get to know more things in detail, more advanced concept. And tomorrow we are going to release a video on building agents using the same technology, LangChain. We will not use A, but we will use LangChain. And as a small reference of guide, we will be using the agent factory. Okay, like if you have any question or queries, do let me know and we will get the answer. Okay, guys, thank you. Like, if you have any other question, do let me know. And see you in the next part. Then tomorrow in the next video with implementing all the items and all that.